So finally, been wanting to make this video forever. Had a bit of a testing last 12 months with coronavirus, social distancing and everything else that went being closed down. Just been carnage. But now we've got something to look forward to. So yes, exciting times. The Koi Diary Adam Buyer Growing Show is 100% going ahead. 17th of July, put it in your diary, that's the date. Now, don't need to labour on about how awful the last 12-13 months have been with lockdowns, stuff being closed, businesses being shut, people being affected, people being ill. Oh, we don't need to keep going through that. We've postponed the whole event to now, purely because we want to keep it exciting. We want to keep it so the community have the chance, the community of Koi Diary people, have a chance to actually meet up and to go to Adam Buyer Koi Farm and select your fish rather than doing it remotely. We could have done it a lot sooner, but we didn't want to do that. We wanted to keep it great, we wanted to keep it fun, we wanted to keep it to an actual event day. Hence now, the 17th of July is the date you need. That's when it's all happening, that's when it's kicking off. And that's why we did it. So yeah, worth a wait. Now, so the Grow and Show. Slight change from our initial plan. We did have an option of shower before, and I know from my initial collation of names and numbers for these fish from you people that wanted to enter, there was quite a few, but unfortunately we've decided to simplify it, keep it to just Kohaku and single colour fish. So sorry to disappoint, but it's just, we need to make it simpler and easier admin wise our end. So it's going to be Kohaku single colour fish. It is limited in the amount that we're going to be doing. So initial number is going to be an initial allocation of 60 Kohaku from the Sharky spawning. Reason for this is Adam has let us, or let me and himself, we're going to be selecting from the Tosai batch. So we're going to be selecting before they're released on general sale. So we're basically going to be having the best selection of the Sharky spawning. Myself and Adam, I'm going to be going down there in April to go through the fish and select an initial 60 fish for the competition. Out of, I think he said is around about 140 or just over 140 fish from this spawning that we're going to be selecting from. So, you know, we're picking the top fish from that selection. If when we are down there we decide that there are more fish that would fit within the Grow and Show criteria for quality, we will do another initial allocation of fish for the Grow and Show Kohaku. So forget the single colour stuff just yet, this is just for the Kohaku. So initially there's going to be 60. Obviously I'm going to be taking my camera down there as well. When we go through the tank of 140, 150 Kohaku fish, if we decide there's more, I'll do another video stating that, and you'll get a second bite. If you've missed out first time, which I probably think there will be a lot of people miss out unfortunately, but if you miss out, there will be a second opportunity for people that have to get on board with the Kohaku. Single colour fish is a little bit more flexible. It's got absolutely tons of single colour stuff. Slightly less Karashi Goi than Chags or Makashi Ogons, but still plentiful. So what we're going to do, you don't now, as we had before, that you had to buy a Kohaku or a Showa to do the single colour fish. That's not the case now. So your first fish purchase will either be a Kohaku or a single colour fish. That'll be 70 quid as before. If you want a second single colour fish, regardless of what you first purchased, you can get that for £52.50, I think. So you can now enter the grow and show with just single colour fish. Doesn't have to be a Kohaku. The competition is going to be run around, obviously we've got the Kohaku then, so everyone that enters the Kohaku competition will, to make it fair, we are going to be doing a heated variant of the grow and show and an unheated variant for the Kohaku. Sorry about the drum filter. Likewise for the single colour fish, there's going to be a heated and an unheated table. But also within the Kohaku, we're looking for best quality. So if you buy a Kohaku, we're looking for quality heated, unheated, and growth heated, unheated. Single colour fish, we're not looking for quality, we're looking purely for growth. But you can just enter the competition to do the single colour fish if you wanted. You can, but after if you wanted to do a Kohaku and say a Makashi Ogon, any further fish will be charged, unfortunately, the full £70 price. It's only the first 2 fish, which are £70 and then 52. Everything else then after that is £70. But you can only have one Kohaku. You can have as many single colour fish as you like, but it's only one Kohaku per entrant, unfortunately, due to the limited quantities. But as I said, that means we are getting the best pick of the bunch, the best quality that we see on the day. But I'm imagining, and Adam's pretty confident as well, there will be a second allocation, albeit a lot smaller, of fish when we go down and select through them. But we want to keep it so it's the best fish. We're not just sort of filling fish to take a space. It's the best fish. And if you know anything about Adam Byer, and if you don't, I suggest you pop over to his website, which I'll pop up here. Sharky Kohaku is an absolutely amazing bloodline of fish, and he's had absolute great success with this fish. Some big fish and some very good quality fish as well, so it's well worth the 70 quid. In fact, talking about value for money, we've already said, from chatting to Adam, I've already had this conversation, that these fish actually, if he was to retail these out, the fish for the competition, he'd probably be looking at about £110 a fish, which is what they sold last year for that grade. So you're getting an amazing deal, and obviously the potential to be getting champion winning fish, and the quality is going to be really good. So I hope that makes sense. I'm actually going to, on my website as well, just put everything down in Word format so you can have a read through. Obviously you can go back through the video and listen to it again, but it's a bit difficult trying to get it all out on camera. But I'm going to get it typed up in full and get that on my web page as well. That'll be listed up here as well. So yeah, exciting times. I hope that all makes sense. Pretty straightforward, I think. So you don't have to buy a Kohaku, you can buy single colour fish, but it's still priced at the initial £70 price, and that is purely for growth. But if you wanted a Kohaku and then a single colour fish, it's 70 then plus 52, and then any subsequent single colour fish is 70 quid. There, that should sort of make sense to everybody, hopefully. So just some important dates. I've got these written down here, so you might see me looking at it. So the cut-off to enter the competition is going to be the 8th of April. I would imagine the Kohaku are going to sell out before then, but as I said earlier, the single colour fish, there is quite a fair few hundred of that. So even if you miss out on the Kohaku and you still want to take part, there is the option of the single colour fish, and I would imagine that isn't going to sell out because there is so many of each. But Karashi Goi are the lesser quantity, so if you wanted one of them, get in there quickish. I will be popping down to Adams on the 9th of April, so the day after the event entry closes, to select through the fish, obviously with GoPro in hand. That will allow us to go through the initial batch of fish, like I said earlier, and then select potentially any more additional entries which will be released at a slightly later date, probably the week after. And then get their selection of fish put to one side. They're going to have their own tank away from everybody else, just so they don't get mixed up, where Adam and Amanda can document all of the fish initially at the beginning before we descend upon them in July and then select our fish. Event day, as I said, 17th of July. It's a Saturday at Adam and Amanda's. And if you've not been before, have a look at my video that I did when I popped down there. I'll pop that up here as well. Amazing place, very hospitable people as well. But just, it's good to see a koi farm in action and just fish at different stages of their life, and actually the mammoth task that you have rearing fish from nothing, from a spawning, to actually getting them and keeping them alive, and what happens within their life, and then how they get moved around the farm. It's a real insight. So if you can get down there, definitely get down there on the selection day. The end of the event, it's going to be a bit of a long way off, this one. Maybe not like a typical grow and show, but because of the year we've had and we're starting later, we can't do a sort of spring to end of summer grow and show competition. So what we're going to do, because we're selecting the fish and going to be having them in July, we're actually going to run it so it finishes on the 22nd of September 2022. Now I know it's a long way off, but it gives the fish a chance to settle into their new homes, your ponds. It gives a chance to feed them and grow them, and you know, obviously there's a few more challenges there because we need to look after the fish so it retains its quality, and in my case obviously try and keep the thing alive. So it's a long way off, so there's a lot to do within that time frame, sort of the 13-14 months, but you know, who said koi keeping was easy? By the end of summer 2022, so it's 30th of September, we are going to be looking for photos of said fish, a short video on a HD phone, and we'll collate all of these, and Adam and Amanda will go through them, maybe do I haven't confirmed this with Adam yet, but maybe just a bit of a review on each fish, a quick type up, and then obviously select from that the winners. So yeah, there will be 5 different categories within the 2 types of fish, so the Kohaku and then the single colour fish. There will be some small prizes for these 5 winners as well, so watch this space for that. Yeah, so it's a long time to keep your fish, you know, in tip-top quality condition, so it's a bit of a test on us as koi keepers as well as the fish doing its thing, but exciting. So the fish will nearly be 3 years old at that point, so we could have some real monster size fish, and we could have some real quality fish as well in that kind of time, because you know there's a lot of time, especially if you're heated and everything's good in your system and everything's food wise is good, you could have some, you know, some decent fish. I've got some numbers actually from fish that Adam has had before grown. So when we collect the fish, it should be around about, as an average size, 25 to 30 centimetres. Obviously there's going to be a few that are slightly bigger, and there'll be a few that are slightly smaller, but as an average size, 25 to 30 centimetres. So from an event Adam did a few years back, several of the single colour fish, well not several, quite a few of the single colour fish got to 45 centimetres within 10 months, which is pretty good going. But they did have 2 fish in that competition that actually got to 60 centimetres at Nisai, so 2 years old, but obviously the customers only had these fish for 10 months. So that is good going. So that is the potential there. Obviously the Kohaku are from the Sharky line. The Chagoi and Karashi Goi are from Marudo, and the Makashis are from Matsue. So all world-renowned koi breeders in their own right, all produce big fish quite a lot of the time. So there is a real good chance here we could have some absolute monster fish in the time that these are out there in our ponds. So really looking forward to seeing that. Especially, you see, everyone loves to grow a big fish. it's good to, especially if you've had it from reasonably small and you can get it to reasonably big within a year and a bit. It's going to be good. So there we go. I think that's it really. If you do have any questions, feel free to pop them below and I'll answer them as best I can. I'm not sure if there's anything else I need to go through. I've just had a quick look through my notes. I think we've covered it all. The key thing is limited places, so if you're umming and ahhing about doing it, you need to go on to the link that I'm posting in a minute and order the fish. Your place isn't allocated until you've completed checkout either, so don't put it in your basket and then umm and ah about it and think you're going to be doing it. That's not secured your place. It won't be 100% secure until you've completed checkout. So don't umm and ah about it, just get it done. Don't procrastinate. So thanks for watching this. I'm so excited about this year. It's going to be wicked. We need a bit of fun times in 2021. This is going to be the start of the koi fun for me, as well as my rebuild. But anyway, this is just, it's going to blow everything away, and I can't believe we managed to get it this far eventually, and we're going to be going ahead and doing it. It's just brilliant. So thanks for watching. Leave any questions or comments below if you're not sure, or drop me an email. Below would be better, and I'll get them answered as best I can. Get your entry sorted. Don't debate about it, get it done. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. I thought I'd just add in here, Adam sent me some clips of the fish when he netted them the other week, just to have a quick look at them. So a couple of bowls of random netted Kohaku from the Sharky spawning, and then the Chags crashes and the Ogons. Have a quick look at these. These are the fish that we're going to be looking at and selecting through for the competition, so they absolutely look amazing. Have a watch. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.